What if I told you that the symbols you were raised to fear may never have been evil at all? I don't know if y'all ready for this conversation. You see, what if the things society told you to avoid, like Lucifer, satanic philosophy, Baphomet, were never about worshiping darkness, but about knowledge, self-awareness, and the courage to ask questions? Mm-hmm. You see, we've all been conditioned or trained to react without research, to judge without understanding, to fear where we've never been allowed to learn. But you're here to think, not follow. You're here to awaken, not assume. So let's break this down clearly, respectfully, and truthfully. Because assumptions, they end where real knowledge begins. This is the uncomfortable truth. You see, we inherit beliefs the same way we inherit our last names, without questioning them, right? But assumptions, they're the death of awareness. They actually shut the door on curiosity. It turns humans into echo chambers. And when you judge things blindly, you end up fearing nothing more than your own shadows of misinformation. Today isn't about convincing you or anybody of anything. It's about giving you understanding, because you deserve truth, not recycled fear. Luciferianism is not devil worship. Lucifer translates to light bringer, the one who seeks illumination, wisdom, inner awakening, and self-responsibility. In Luciferian philosophy, the divine is not something outside of you that you bow down to. It's something inside of you that you awaken within. It aligns through Gnostic thought, Hermetic principles, and the idea of enlightenment is achieved through questioning, not obedience. Now, let me ask you something. How many of y'all just realize that a lot of your spiritual journey actually mirrors Luciferianism? I mean, how many of you are already pursuing light, truth, inner growth, without even ever knowing that the label Luciferian once pointed to that exact thing? You wasn't taught that. There's a reason why. It's because a thinking mind is a lot harder to control. Satanist, right? Or satanic. Different word, different concept, okay? Originally, Satan meant the adversary, the challenger, the one who questions authority. Over time, though, everything that opposed religious power structures just got branded satanic. Witches, mystics, philosophers, free thinkers, all labeled satanic. Do you know that modern Satanism rarely even involves a belief in Satan as an actual being? Serious. Instead, it focuses on autonomy, self-governments, breaking mental chains, and refusing forced morality. It's a rebellion against spiritual dictatorship. It's not a devotion to darkness. But unfortunately, fear, it paints everything with one brush. Now, Baphomet, the goat-headed figure, right? Because most people instantly associate this with darkness, yet historically it's not Satan, nor demon worship. You see, Baphomet, it's going to be hard to believe, is a symbol of balance. Yeah, it's merging of the dual forces into harmony. Its male and female traits represent polarity, united. The wings and the goat body reflect a meeting point between the higher and the earthly. The torch atop of its head symbolizes illumination and awakened consciousness. The one arm up is pointed upward and the other one pointed downward. You guessed it. It's as above, so below. That is Hermetic principles. Mm-hmm. And the serpent that's formed between its legs signifies the Kundalini energy rising through the body. You see, that is the alchemical process of inner transformation. Baphomet is not an idol of evil. It's just simply a reminder that enlightenment is found when we integrate both light and shadow within ourselves. Instead of denying one or the other, it's a symbol of equilibrium, mastery, ascension, and the union of opposites. And then there's devil worship. This is completely different from Luciferian philosophy, from satanic symbolism, or from Baphomet, like entirely. Okay, devil worshiping involves devotion to a literal entity, a being that they believe to be Satan, right? This is nothing to do with the study of consciousness. This is allegiance, okay? Not exploration, but submission. Not symbolism, worship, okay? And here's where people never separate, okay? Devil worship is a belief system of surrendering power to something, okay? While Luciferianism and symbolic paths are about reclaiming the power within yourself, okay? One is hierarchy. The other is personal sovereignty. Mm-hmm. The two are completely different worlds. But the world and society, they like to just throw it all in one basket, because it's a lot easier than just thinking. See, assumptions, they replace inquiry. Fear, it replaces understanding. And when people stop learning, misinformation becomes scripture, and ignorance, well, it becomes tradition. Now we see it clearly, yes? Luciferian, satanic, Baphomet, devil worshipping. 4 different meanings, 4 different paths. But you can thank society because they taught us to fear first and question never. And yet here we are, thinking, reflecting, realizing that the line between demonized knowledge and spiritual awakening is a lot thinner than what we were told. I mean, we judge symbols we never studied. We condemn ideas we never examined. But what if the truth has always been hidden behind fear this entire time? Now, before I go, let me make one thing unmistakably clear. I'm not a Luciferian. I'm not a Satanist. And I sure as heck ain't promoting darkness or worship, okay? But understanding something is not the same as following it. That's because if you want to defeat something like a belief, an institution, or an enemy, well, you may want to first learn how it thinks, how it forms, and what it stands for, because ignorance, it's never conquered anything. Now, I know there are some people out there that didn't make it to the end of this video because they've already assumed, judged, labeled, and condemned, right? I mean, some people will say that I'm misleading souls, leading people away from God. But let me tell you something. Assumptions? That's not truth. Reactions? That's not discernment. And your little emotional tirade without thought? Well, that's the fastest way to lose clarity. Mm-hmm. I was a Catholic for 37 years. I never abandoned God. I questioned doctrine, history, and the way belief was taught, not God himself. And I encourage you, whatever your faith is, study the roots for yourself, not through fear, not through someone else's interpretation. Seek understanding, not obedience. Because if your first instinct is to attack instead of ask, condemn instead of converse, then you're not defending faith. You're defending your ego. And I'll make this promise to anybody that does this. If you come in here swinging with assumptions and disrespect, not only will I address it, but I'll turn it into a lesson for thousands to see. Not to shame you, but to show the world what assumption looks like in the absence of reflection. So please, think before you label, ask before you accuse, and mind before you mouth. Always.